Back in 1826, when I was a young man, there were 7 boats racing for a wager and a cup for one day, just one race, and that was the first Cowes Regatta. And it sort of developed from there. It really got huge in popularity during Queen Victoria's time with J-class boats and so on, and then between the wars it really got bigger and bigger. More recent history, in 1964, the Duke of Edinburgh, who at the time was the Admiral of the Royal Yacht Squadron, had been a regular competitor, and back in those days it was run by 9 different clubs on different start lines with different sailing instructions. You had to enter to each club. It was a nightmare. It wasn't a cohesive week, although it was a week of racing. The Duke of Edinburgh said, if you guys don't get this together, I'm not coming back next year. So Cowes Combined Clubs was formed. From then on, so the last 51 years, it's been a cohesive one-week regatta. And it changes and it evolves, but it's fundamentally been the same for the last 50 years in concept. We nowadays have about 800 boats, 6,500 sailors, 100,000 visitors to the festival ashore for the week, and it's one of the biggest regattas in the world. We've got everything from flying 15, squibs and things like that at the bottom end of size, right the way up to this year we've got 3 of the Maxi 72s coming off the Mediterranean. We've got everybody from World Championships, Olympic medal winners, potential Olympians, through to weekend warriors and occasional sailors and everything in between. And one of the joys of it is that it is a regatta for everybody. And it's a regatta, not a championship for most people. And the shore side is not as important as the sailing, but it's an integral part of it. The fleet of 800 boats is split into 2 divisions to start with. The day boats, open day boats, we call them white group. Boats with cabins and toilets, we call them black group. So basically bigger boats and smaller boats, not quite that, but more or less. So we split into 2 divisions, and then within those divisions there are 34 classes. So some of those are one design classes where all the boats are exactly the same. Some of them are rated classes where they're racing on a handicap system effectively. So the biggest boat might finish first, but it doesn't necessarily win. So 34 classes, and we have 4 standard start lines in operation at any time. So the fleet is split before the week starts in the sailing instructions into which start line they're starting on each day. So everybody knows where they should be going. From a profile point of view, Cowes Week is huge. It's one of the events that one of the sailing events that media is still taking interest in. It's a huge boost to the Isle of Wight economy, worth millions of pounds to Cowes in the Isle of Wight. And for sailing, because there are so many people here, they'll go back to their own clubs, and they say that was a great week, and they talk to their friends, and more people go sailing because of it. And we like to think that Cowes Week is one of the iconic events that every sailor anywhere in the world would want to do at least once.